This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Okay. The user is the person who is going to tell the computer what actually to do. Okay, without the user, the computer can't do anything on its own. Next, information processing cycle. How the information will be processed actually when some sort of information is being given by the user here. Okay, the information, whatever the thing that is being processed to the system is in the form of commands. Okay, the commands or the instruction, whatever we call it as a input. Okay, and that the user is going to give input. Okay. Next one is like it is being processed. It is being processed here in the computer. That is what a central processing unit we call actually. We have some sort of processors and all. We are going to do, I mean, the computer is going to do some sort of processing for the inputs whatever the user is going to give. After processing, it is being displayed on screen. The content, whatever it is being displayed on the screen, we call it as output. Let that be anything, let that be a movie or let that be a text or whatever it might be, we call it as an output. Okay. Finally, it will be getting stored in hard disk. Okay, that is what we call it as a storage device. Next, essential computer hardwares. Okay, computers use the same basic hardware. Okay, hardware can be categorized into four types mainly actually. Okay, mainly like an output device. Okay, storage device or memory device, whatever it could be. Next is a processing processor and the input. Input, output, storage device, and the processor. These are the main four things that will be categorized under hardware. Okay. Next, essential computer hardware here, processing devices. What does the processing devices do actually? It is simply nothing but the brain of the computer. Okay, processing devices are called as the brains of the computer. It carries out instructions from the program, okay, and it manipulates the data. Whatever the data we give, it manipulates how it should be actually. For example, if you are going to give 2 to 3 instructions, and if you want to add those instructions, okay, it is getting processed and it will be displayed. Next, most computers have several processors. Okay, processors in the sense we know we will be having a processor inside the computer and it is going to do some sort of processing. Okay, processing is simply nothing but it is going to do some sort of computations, okay, some sort of calculations. Okay, these processors, we know that we will be having a single processor, but nowadays many processors will be there in a computer to make the system faster. Next one is central processing unit and the secondary process. What is the secondary process? Okay, nowadays you people might have observed when you read the specifications of a mobile. Okay, this is different what I'm discussing actually to make you understand I'm saying this. Okay, when you are purchasing some sort of mobile and if you are going through the specifications of the mobile, you might come across that that particular mobile's processor is a octa-core processor or quad-core processor or a deca-core processor or hexa-core processors. Means in a processor, sub-processors will be there which makes the processes fast in computing. Next one is processors made of silicon and copper. Processors are made of silicon and copper metal. Okay. Memory devices. It stores the data or programs. Okay. Next one, memory devices are of different types actually. They can be of RAM and ROM. RAM is one type of memory and the ROM is another type of memory. RAM is a volatile type of memory. Okay. It stores current data and programs. Okay, more RAM results in a faster system. What is this RAM? One second. So, memory devices are of mainly two types, RAM and ROM. Okay. You people might have seen in the mobile specification or in the laptop specification or in the computer specification that okay, we will go with smartphone only, smartphone, mobile. Okay, why? Because nowadays smartphone is available in each and every individual. Okay, if you look into the system about phone in your smartphone, you people can observe RAM and ROM. Okay, RAM is simply nothing but random access memory. What does it do? Okay, it stores the volatile type of data what the user is accessing. Okay, means we are storing some storing some pictures in the ROM. That is nothing but the main memory. Sorry, secondary memory. Okay, in the main memory, that RAM is called as main memory and RAM is called as secondary memory. We are going to store some sort of images or photos in ROM. Okay, if a person is going to access those photos, okay, it is being accessed with the help of RAM. What does the RAM do here? It helps or it stores the information from the secondary memory into the random access memory, which is simply nothing but the RAM. Okay, now first time you are accessing from the secondary memory. Okay, and for the second time when you are trying to see open the same image or same photo, the particular photo will be opened very quickly. Okay, for example, if you are trying to open some file, Word document or Excel file or some sort of a movie in the laptop, okay, while you are opening it for the first time, it will take more time to play or more time to open. Okay, if you close it immediately and if you start opening the same file again, it will be opened quickly. Okay, why? Because this RAM is going to store that particular file inside RAM. Okay, so that you can access that particular file immediately. Okay. So random access memory RAM is a volatile type of memory. It stores current data and programs. Okay, and it stores. More RAM will result in faster system. Why? Because it can store more amount of data what a user is going to access, and it can provide you the faster access to the content what you have stored in the secondary memory. That is simply nothing but ROM. Next. ROM is a permanent storage of program. It can store the data permanently. It holds the computer boot directions. Okay, the whatever the thing that is present, the operating system, it will be present in the ROM. Okay, when a computer is going to be switched off and when it is going to be switched on again, RAM will be cleared. The person who is going to use the system earlier, all the data will be erased. Okay, so it is called as volatile. Next, input and output devices. Input and output devices will allow the user to interact. Input devices accept the data. The examples are like keyboard and mouse. Output devices deliver the data. Monitor, printer, speaker. Okay. Some devices are input and output touch screens. Storage devices. It holds the data and the programs permanently. It is called as a secondary storage device actually. And it is different from RAM actually. Why? Because RAM is a volatile type of memory, and this ROM is a permanent storage type of memory. Volatile means simply nothing but temporary data. Okay, don't get confused. nothing much serious in that word volatile. Volatile simply stands for temporary data. And storage devices are made of a magnetic storage type. Okay, and the examples are like floppy disks and a hard drive. You people might not be knowing what actually the floppy disk is. Okay, and the hard drive you people might be knowing. Okay, we will see what in the image for images in the images so that you can understand what actually they are. In the coming slides, you can understand. And it uses a magnet to access the data. Next, optical storage. You people might be knowing CDs and DVDs. Okay? They are called as optical storage devices. Okay, and it uses a laser to access the data. Whatever the data that is stored inside the DVD or CD-ROM, okay, it can be accessed with the help of a laser light. Software runs the machine. Okay, it tells the computer what to do. Okay, software will tell the computer what to do actually. Okay. And the reason why the people will be buying is, I mean, it is the reason for why people will purchase the computer. Why? Because it performs the tasks. Whatever we say, the software is going to accept it and it is going to run. There are two types of software actually: system software and application software. Okay. System software. System software is the most important software. Okay, operating system is there, and it is like Windows XP and Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 7, and the latest version of the operating system available in the market is Windows 11. Okay, network operating system, Windows Server 2003. There are many actually. This is just for your reference. Okay, and utility software are also available, like antivirus softwares. Okay, Semantic. Uh, what do we call that? Kaspersky. Okay, many are there actually. They are all coming under the utility softwares and MS Office. Okay, all the softwares will be coming under utility softwares. Next one is application software. It accomplishes a specific task. Okay, most common type of software is MS Word. Okay, just now we discussed. It covers the most common uses of the computer. Whatever we want to do, mostly MS Word is going to help the user in performing the tasks. Computer data stored, it is stored using the binary system. Okay. Data can be organized into files. Computer users role depends on the ability. Okay, how a computer user is going to do. It is up to the user actually to use the computer, to set up the system, to install the software, to manage the files, to maintain the system. Okay, it is again totally dependent on the user actually. Userless computers are also present, which runs with no user input. Automated systems are there actually. Okay, example could be like robots or automatic telling machines. Okay, or something like okay, you people will be uh, observing some sort of automated chats available. Okay, like chatbots. Okay, if you go to, for example, if you are having some sort of e-commerce site like a Flipkart or Amazon or whatever it could be, if you want to contact the customer care, what happens is like if you go to customer care section, if you ask a question, you will get the reply immediately. Means some sort of automatic missions are there to answer your queries. This is how actually the computer will look like actually. Okay, a monitor. Okay, the output device. Okay, the input device is a keyboard here, and the another input device is a mouse. Okay, and these speakers are the output devices to play the music, and we are having the main thing which is called as a CPU, Central Processing Unit, or simply the box, CPU box, or we call it as the system unit. Okay, we will see what actually is there present inside this system unit. Okay. Before studying about that, we will see some sort of history of how a computer was invented and when it was invented and who invented it. Who invented it actually? The first mechanical computer was invented by Charles Babbage in the year 1822. Okay, in the year 1822. Now we are in 2021. Nearly uh, 200 and something years old has been over. Okay, not 200, more than that. Now, if you observe clearly in this image, we are having many components inside, and a person is accessing something in a device actually. Okay, the entire room, whatever is present, is a computer in that thing. Okay, it is a big computer or it is a big infrastructure that has been developed to do some sort of calculations for the user who is going to give the instructions. Okay, so and again another thing what we need to observe here is some sort of things needs to be done manually by the user for getting the tasks performed. Okay, for example, if you are going to give some sort of addition instruction to the computer, the user must go and change the disks manually to get the result. That was the situation in the year 1822. Okay, okay, you just understood how a computer will be in the year 1822. Okay, next. We are having some generations of the computer so that we can understand clearly what and how each generation the computer has been developed or evolved or changed. Okay, we are having actually 5 generations. Okay, whatever you have seen just now is of first generation. Okay, not even first generation, it is of before first generation. Okay, now, the first generation's year is like 1951 to 1959, nearly 9 years. The first generation was there, okay, and its size is actually very large system. It is of very large system, nearly a room size, more than a room size computer size will be present, okay, and the system was prepared with the help of vacuum tubes. Okay, to transfer data, vacuum tubes were used, and the processing is also very slow. It doesn't say that the processing is not happening. The processing will be happening, but very, very slow. Okay. And it is characterized by magnetic drums, magnetic tapes, difficult to program. Okay, it is used in machine language, and it used a machine language and assembly language. You simply skip what actually the machine language and the assembly language and all it is present, but no need to worry about it. Simply leave. From this slide, what you need to understand is mainly few things like time period. Okay, it has a very large size and it is made up of vacuum tubes and it is very slow in performing computations or processing. Next, second generation. Second generation is from 1959 to 1963 of 4 years time. Okay, and the technology used for developing these computers are like transistors. Okay, and they are somewhat smaller in size when compared with first generation system. Okay, and they are faster than the first generation system. So we call it as the processing is faster. Okay, and it is characterized by magnetic cores, magnetic disk. It used a high level language and easier to program. No need to worry about this. We just understand these 4 terms. That is more than enough for us to understand the generation of the computers. Next, third generation computers. Third generation computers are like from the year 1963 to 1975. Okay, it is of somewhat longer duration, like 12 years. Okay, it is made up of integrated circuits. What is this integrated circuits? whatever the thing that is present when in second generation, like connecting wires and all, connecting transistors and all, everything were printed on a single board, okay, on a single board, such that how a compact laptop will look like nowadays. Okay, everything were printed on the boards. Okay, size is small as compared to second generation. So from first generation to second generation, the size has reduced. Now again from second to third generation, still the size has reduced. Okay, and the processing speed is faster than second generation computers. Okay? And the main thing you need to understand here is these computers were accessible by multiple users from remote terminals. Okay, when you compare with first generation and second generation, it was actually accessed and used for one user at a time. But when it comes to the third generation, single system was allowed to access by more than one system at a time from remote locations. Remote locations in the sense whether it could be wired type of thing or wireless type of thing. For example, you are present in one room, and if you are trying to access the Wi-Fi from the hall, okay, it is some sort of a remote terminal. Okay, the example is accessing Wi-Fi from your house. You people will be having modems in your house, which will provide you internet connection. Okay, and you people are going to access it by switching on the Wi-Fi in your mobile or in your laptop or wherever it might be. That could be the example. And fourth generation is like the today's generation what we are using. Still, it has been much advanced. Very large scale integration, incorporated many millions of transistors or electronic circuits on a single chip. Okay, small as compared to first generation computer, faster than first generation computer. Okay, so when compared with other generations, the fourth generation is much better in size and the computing speed also. And next generation is like a fifth generation. Okay, it is simply nothing but it is involved with AI, artificial intelligence. What is this artificial intelligence? So far in four generations, we have seen that if you want to perform some sort of tasks, a user is supposed to give the instructions. Okay, when it comes to this fifth generation, okay, the system will take the instructions from the user, as well as it will consider the current situation, and it will decide on its own how it should process when the user is not in a position to give the data, or user forgot to give some data, like that. Okay, so that system will process the data whatever it has, or whatever it should be. Okay, the example of this AI is like you people might have watched the movie Robo. Okay, Tamil movie Indiran, right? Or Telugu movie or Robo or something else. You people, many in many languages, this particular movie has been released actually. Okay, you people might have seen in the more than half of the movie, the Robo will be acting on its own. Okay, and it is going to decide the situations on the own, and it is going to act right. Similarly, these are the different models of computer. Okay, in first stage, the computer was looking like this. Okay, till here, till here, the monitors were of black and white type of monitors. After this, we were having a color type of monitors for displaying the contents. Okay, and these type of monitors are also available. Dual monitors. Where these dual monitors are used is like if more amount of data needs to be viewed by a particular user at a time, where one monitor is not sufficient for the particular user, then these kind of output devices will be used. And this is again a general history. Okay. From 1940s, the system is looking like this. In 1970, it was like this. 1980s, 1990s, 2010, and 2020. Now, current 2020, all the persons are using laptops. No one is going to use the desktop. Computer parts. The inside the system unit, the central processing unit box, if you open it, it will be looking like this actually. We will be having many circuit boxes and we are going to have many circuit chips. Okay. We will see what actually each one is and we will study simply about that. Okay, this is what actually the hardware is. Okay, CPU box will be there, a keyboard, a mouse, and a speaker. Central processing unit. This is what actually the processing device is. The processor is actually. Okay, you people might have seen in the computer processing units like i3, i5, i7, right? They are simply nothing but the CPUs. And in mobiles, if you are going to see some sort of a Snapdragon, MediaTek, you people might have observed different types of processor names. They are nothing but CPUs. And this is another type of processor, AMD type of processor. And the computer case will be looking like this, the box, system unit box. This is front side of the computer case. Okay, we are going to have some sort of additional components attached to the computer box or system unit here, like DVD drive or something other than that, other than that. And we are going to have some sort of USB ports here. If you want to use a pen drive, you can open this particular door and you can insert your pen drive here. Okay, power button will be here. Okay, and the handle to carry this particular box like that. This is how inside, when no components are installed, it will be looking like this. And the monitor. And these are the different monitors, the different types of monitors that were present actually. Okay. Nowadays, we are having a flat type of monitors and even touch screen monitors are also available. If you are going to have a touch screen type of, if you are having to have some sort of laptops will be of a touch screen laptop also. Video cards. This video cards is going to play an important role when some sort of information is going to be displayed on the output device, that is nothing but the monitor. Okay, they are going to play an important role in displaying different colors. Okay. It helps in displaying the images or videos faster. Keyboard, it is an input device, we know. Mouse, it is an input device actually. Touchpad, this one is called as a touchpad actually. Instead of using the mouse in laptops, we are going to have some sort of space like a rectangle box and will be there on the laptops. Okay, if you try to scroll it, the mouse cursor will be moving. That is called as a touchpad. It is again an input device. CD-ROM drive. Okay, this is the CD or DVD that can be inserted into the drive, which reads the content in the CD, and we can view the contents using the CD-ROM drive. Next, floppy disk drive. You people might have not seen these kind of drives actually. It was of old type. These were present in 2000 till 2000 year. After that, they have been. Uh, uh, I mean, uh, they were not into the market actually. Its maximum size is like 1.44 MB. Okay, and they are of magnetic type of devices. And this is of hard disk type. This is also of magnetic storage device. And this is RAM, random access memory. This is volatile type of memory. Motherboard. Motherboard is the main component that is present in the system unit. Okay, on this board only we are going to place all the things like processor, okay, RAM, okay, and we are going to connect our hard disk, that is nothing but the ROM, to this particular device. We are going to connect our sound card. We are going to connect our what do you say, that Ethernet card, network card. Different types of cards will be there. Everything will be present here. Okay, here the processor will be placed. Okay, here we are going to place our RAMs. We are going to place our Ethernet cards or sound cards or some other type of other cards. This is the printer. It is an output device. This is a barcode reader, which is an input type of device. This is a scanner, which takes the input. This is the input type of device. Microphone, this takes input, okay, input device. Speaker, output device, which plays the music. Sound card. This sound card will help us in producing sound from the system unit. It helps in producing the sound. The information, whatever it is been given, has been given to this particular sound card. This sound card will help in creating the volume to the speakers. It gives the signals in the form of sound so that the speaker can play. Okay. These are the different 3.5 mm jacks available to connect to the speakers. Next one is modem. Okay. Nowadays, you people are using wireless type of modems. Okay. Earlier, these kinds of modems were present inside the computer, such that a LAN cable, a local area network cable, should be connected to the computer from modem, such that the computer can get the internet access. Okay. This is what RJ145 pins. Okay. No need to worry about the pin models and all, just pins. That's it. Next, network card. Next, input devices. Different input devices. So far, what we have seen is a keyboard, mouse, right? These are again different types of input devices available. This is called as joystick. They are used in games actually mainly, and many other places these joysticks will be used. Okay, you know this, right? In the PlayStations you can find it. Mouse, trackball. This is another kind of mouse actually. Okay, light pen. Nowadays, you people might have seen some sort of magnetic pens available with the laptops. Okay, they are called as light pens actually. Okay, again, later tablet pen, joystick, and a trackball. Now, these are the different input and output devices available, and some devices will be coming under both input and both output devices. Why? Because they take input and they give output also. Okay, webcam is an input, keyboard is an input, joystick is an input, optical pen is an input, barcode reader is an input, scanner is an input device. Monitor, headphones, print plotters. Plotters are some sort of printer actually. Laser printers, inkjet printers, speakers. They are purely output devices. These type of cameras, Bluetooth headset you people might be using, right? And they are of input and output type of device. Whatever you speak, it can take input, and you can hear also the other person. If some other person speaks, you will be in a position to hear it, right? So it acts as both input and output type of device. Touch screen. Touch screen device not only used like output device, you can even give some sort of input. CD and DVD, it is also again some sort of input and output. Modem, pen drive, fine. And we are having softwares. Okay. Software is simply nothing but some sort of intermediate thing between the user and the computer. DOS. DOS is again some sort of operating system available in the system, okay, to make the system understand the instructions given by the user. This is how the DOS will actually look like. Okay, if you want to see this particular thing in your system, you can type CMD command prompt, right? CMD, you can see and type enter, you can see the screen. Next, this is the actually Windows operating system, Windows XP. Nowadays, we are having a Windows 10, and Windows 11 has also been available in the market, and from November 8th actually. Sorry, October 8th. From October 8th, Microsoft has released its Windows 11 to the users. They will be the few users will be getting the auto upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11 if its system is going to support them. Okay, this is how actually the Windows operating system will look like if the system is switched on or booted. Okay, this is what actually the general uh, understanding of what a computer is. Okay, and components of the computer. I know that I have been little bit fast. Why? Because nowadays no person will be there without the basic knowledge of the computer. Okay, so I have made it little bit fast. Actually, this slide is of 50 slides. Okay, so I would like to make you clear that what actually computer is, what are the different types of components. You people might have seen all these components in your day-to-day life. Simply, I would like to revise you. So I have been little bit fast today. Anyway, from today, from the next class, when we are going to study about the C programming language, I will go as you like, and I will go little bit slower so that you can understand the C programming language clearly. Okay. Any doubts in this session today?
Oh, sir.
Okay, fine. Anybody else? Questions are always welcome. Please, you are requested to raise the questions. Then only the session will be interactive. Actually, someone has set the video to record. I forgot actually a little bit delayedly. I started to record the video. I forgot actually. Thanks for reminding. Any other questions, please? No questions. We will wind up the session for the day, and we will start with our C programming tomorrow. Okay, we will have a rough glance what we have seen till yesterday, and we will start with the next topic so that you people can follow me. Okay, if I start from the new topic, it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand. Anyway, the recorded videos are available. Even though recorded videos are available, to make you understand in the session lively, I would like to discuss the previous class, I mean previous sessions content for 2 to 5 minutes in each and every class. Okay. Okay then. Thank you for the session today. We will meet tomorrow. Yeah? Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.